I'm very appreciative of having the chance to be here, and I'm here for two reasons. One, to thank you all for your involvement in this great organization, the work that it's doing, and secondly, to honor somebody for whom I have had a very special relationship for a long period of time. Leo Hendry is as close to a brother as I'll ever have. He and I have gone through a good deal together over these many years, and if friends or family that you make for yourself, Leo is family. He's kind of like an older brother. He's about a month or so older than I am. But as I thought about how I would talk about Leo tonight, I thought about that wonderful quote by George Shaw that probably encapsulates Leo's life as well as any I've ever seen. Dedicating yourself, Shaw wrote, to your worthy purpose is a true joy of life. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, he said. The harder I work, the more I love. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle. It is a splendid torch which I've got hold of for the moment because I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before I hand it off to future generations. That is Leo Hendry. His splendid torch has touched us all because of his advocacy, because of his extraordinary passion, because of his determination to see more economic justice, because of his appreciation for the working people of this country and the need to defend them and their agenda over and over and over again. Rarely have I seen somebody of his courage and commitment speak with the power, the passion, and the eloquence that he does every single day. So I'm proud to call him a brother. I'm proud to call him somebody to whom I have turned over and over again for guidance, for direction, and for inspiration. Leo and I have talked many times about this cause. And over these last 8 years, it probably doesn't take a lot of imagination to realize how bleak it is in Washington as we consider the progressive agenda and how difficult it's been with vetoes of even children's health. Were it not for the state effort and the progressive movement, we would not see the kind of real advocacy for universal care and the attention, the whole concept of providing health care for every single American could be achieved. Without the progressive movement in the states, I will tell you, we would never see the effort at outreach through clinics for better prevention and far greater emphasis on wellness. Without the progressive movement in the states, we'd never see the effort at really moving towards more transparency in health care and recognizing the importance of alternative providers. Without the progressive movement in states, for all intents and purposes, the whole possibility of meaningful health care reform would be dead. And so for those of you who may despair about whether it's possible, I urge you to look at what's happened in Massachusetts and in Vermont and in Pennsylvania and in Montana and in California and in states all across this country with greater and greater frequency. We will someday soon pass meaningful legislation providing for health care for every single American, and it will have happened in the states because of the Progressive States Network. And the same could be said for energy and climate. While Washington is paralyzed and can't move even the most nominal piece of legislation forward because of the vehement opposition from Republicans and George Bush, it's the states where we see the renewable portfolio standard now passed in almost 30 states, where we will see a commitment that at least 25% of the energy we'll use by the year 2025 will come from renewable sources. It's in the states where we see real effort now to build the kind of infrastructure and the grid network necessary to get the energy from where it is to where it needs to go. It's in the states that we see compacts forming in the Northeast and the West and Southwest as we look to real possibilities for the first time, recognizing the importance of carbon management and a real cap-and-trade system. It's in the states where we see the progressive movement stepping forward to recognize that we've done almost nothing with regard to protecting the environment by bringing down the level of consumption per capita in this country that needs to be done so badly. Where in California we've seen a 40% reduction in per capita energy consumption simply because states recognize how critical it is that we take the lead. So the Progressive States Network has shown its worth, has shown its leadership, has shown its commitment, has shown its vision. And I guarantee you, just as David noted, I fully expect Barack Obama to be the next President of the United States. And when that happens, do you know where he's going to turn? And I know this is a nonpartisan evening. I'm just speaking for myself. But I will tell you this. The next President of the United States is going to turn to the Progressive States Network and states' leadership to find the kind of cutting-edge agenda that we're going to need in this country to turn it around. It happens tonight. It happens with the leaders that we're honoring like Leo Henry. And it happens because you've got the commitment to be here and to show your support through this magnificent organization. I thank you, and I honor Leo by his presence tonight as well. Thank you all very much.